Well, music was initially merely a way of expressing herself. Before she knew it, she was touring with gospel ensemble Joyous Celebration from 2014 to 2018. Zamo Dlamini is a Eswatini-born actress and singer and known for her hit Tinyembeti. Just last month, she released a single called Ngeyami Lendlela, which was inspired by her visit back home in January this year. She joins us now this morning to share a bit more on herself and her current single. Zamo, very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Sanbalani, thank you so much for having me. I'm so
good to see you.
Good to see you, yes.
Now, for those who might not have heard your music or immersed themselves in the magic of your music, just take us through your musical journey, where you started, and understand that you were born in Eswatini. So when did you join the music industry here?
So basically, when the bug hit me, I was 15, still back at home.
Wow.
And then when I decided to go into it professionally, or rather into the South African music industry, I was 21 years old, started in Mpumalanga, and I went to Stungero, doing house music, you know, experimenting, this and that, you know. And then I released an album called Injabulo in 2010. Yeah, and then after that, I took a little break, and then that's how the Joyous Celebration era came about. You know, I wanted to learn more. I was hungry. I felt like, you know, as much as I have something to give, but you can never be too old to learn. You must always immerse yourself in spaces where you will just learn and suck like a sponge, you know.
Right.
And yeah, so 2018, Inhlanyelo, the seed came, and 2023, we are here. Sitsi Ngeyami Lendlela.
Yes. You are owning this.
Of course, yes.
Now, of all the projects that you have embarked on, which would you say that it actually made who Zamo Dlamini is?
It's definitely Inhlanyelo the Seed.
Why so?
Seed. I feel like Tinyembeti is a song that kind of left a footprint in a lot of people's hearts, you know, and we totally didn't expect it, because I remember bumping into the song when Press was in studio. It was a Zulu song.
Yes.
And I said to them, guys, I think the song will sound amazing in Swati. And everyone is like, nah, whatever, you know.
Because there's just something about the Swati language, eh?
Yeah, it's like
something about Swati.
It's like Swati, you know, and the combos communicated. So yeah, I really appreciate also everyone who has been a part of my journey and everyone who continues to support Zamo Dlamini.
Yeah, let's talk about that single, Tinyembeti. What inspired it? I mean, what is it about?
Tinyembeti is a heartbreak song. And like I said, that when I bumped into the song, I was actually going through a heartbreak. So when I was in studio, it was so easy for me to express it, because and you know that my interpretation of the song was just spot on, because it was something that I was feeling and going through at the time. So yeah, that's just what Tinyembeti is about. It's a heartbreak song.
But then, do you think that your listeners of this particular song would strike a resonance, or they would relate to that particular song, since it was your personal experience?
Of course. It was a very relatable song, because I mean, I remember taking out a promo video, and I was in studio at a photo shoot, and I was crying. I remember the photographer was trying so hard to make me cry. I don't know what happened that day, because I mean, being an actress, it's so easy for me to cry, but that day it was so hard. And then he just said, "You're doing this for your kids." Oh, the tears came. The tears were running. I'm thinking, my kids are back at home. I'm out here in Johannesburg hustling. At the end of the day, this is for them, you know. So yeah, and everyone was like, "Oh, those tears, oh, you know, Tinyembeti," you know. So yeah, it was a beautiful era.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you touched on acting. So how does acting come into the picture?
Acting came into the picture 2011. I remember going to an audition. I had a play that was meant to be taking place in Durban called Number 43. You know, just basically narrating the story of how some of the South African politicians seeked refuge in Eswatini at the time. So they needed a lot of Siswati speaking actresses. So I was just a singer. I went in there and they were like, "Okay, Sisi, we are not sure about your acting, Sisi, but the singing, we love the singing, you know." So then I went in with them. A committed artist took me in. I did workshops, and the rest is history.
So how would you say that particular experience shaped you to the artist that you are today?
It definitely shaped me, because I mean, in terms of performance, you learn every day. I literally learned that as an actress, I need to be friends with my mirror. I need to speak to my mirror. I need to, if I'm given a character, I need to understand that character, do research on it, and actually, you know, give myself the time to give it my all. You know,
And then Joyous Celebration, how did that one come about? out. And so many people don't actually know where you are. Are you an Afro-pop artist? Are you a gospel artist? So how would you classify yourself?
I'm an African soul artist, yes, but I'm also a believer. And I want to know, I want to believe that God can never put you in a place where you're not meant to be. So destiny wanted me there. As much as I was very skeptical, I was like, gospel, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it's a bit tricky, because then people are like, but you're singing songs of the world, but you're saying you're a Christian, you know what I mean? So it was a challenge that I was willing to take on. And when the opportunity came, I grabbed it with both my hands and I didn't look back.
So where to from here? Are you going to dabble with gospel music sometime in the future, or you're going to focus on the trajectory that you've decided on?
I mean, look, gospel will always be a part of me. It's always been a part of me. I remember starting off with my sister, because I started with my sister Linda back at home. We were singing at weddings, wearing suits and, representing our mother, and she would just stand there so proudly like, oh, my girls, and it will always be a part of me. I think that in the future, definitely I will delve into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So where to from here? I mean, what exactly are you working on?
Well, currently, I've got the single out called Lendlela, so people can get it on all digital platforms. And then there's another single that's coming up called Aiko. So, yeah, people must look out for that one.
Okay,
it's
hint.
Heartbreak, you know me,
Oh, heartbreak foods.
Yeah, it's definitely heartbreak.
Okay.
But and then there's a possible EP, so people should just be on the lookout.
Okay. All right. So how do your fans connect with you, Zamo?
They connect with me on my social media platforms. I am at Zamo_Dlamini on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, and then on X, I am Zamo_D. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right. Lovely chatting to you. All the best, eh?
Thank you so much.
You're doing very, very well.
Thank you so much.
The world is your oyster. Keep on keeping on.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Great stuff. Well, we just spoke to artist Zamo Dlamini on her new single titled Ngeyami Lendlela, and working with the likes of Mbongeni Ngema, Hugh Masekela, and Salif Keita, just to mention a few.